Let's go to the museum. We have sculptures and gallery. So here's sculptures. 4 cubic sculptures have been dismantled and their pieces scattered. Luckily, some clues of varying lengths were recovered that describe portions of the sculptures. Before you reassemble the sculptures, you might need to look elsewhere to identify a missing layer for each one. Okay, so this makes it sound like a part 2, if I have to look elsewhere to find a missing layer for each one. How many of these are there? We have 27 of these. So this might be a part 2. The flavor text kind of loosely seems like it might be a part 2. Before you reassemble the sculptures, you might need to look elsewhere to identify a missing layer for each one. A venomous snake could be like an asp. Halloween's month could be October. Or undergarment for a woman. These all look like 3-letter answers. Under the weather's ill. So I'm going to click over to gallery and see if it's a part 1. Blathers approaches you as you enter the gallery. I'm happy to explain any of the pieces before, during, and after you visit. So we have some pieces in this gallery. What is that? Some sort of fractal human being, I think. I'm getting hits for Coldplay, a rush of blood to the head. Okay. We have 24 of these. How many artists did we have here? 11. Or Australian Open. So I guess we'll go through and identify these images. Conference call? I think I like conference call better. We're in alphabetical order. So I'm getting rid of Coldplay. A rush of blood to the head. Australian Open. Bench press. Conference call. Count Basie. No. No. This is Darth Vader, right? And Luke, I assume? Is this when he tells him, I'm your father? Sesame Street. Shark Tank. Teeter Totter. I'm thinking all we had to do for this part was identify the pictures. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's my guess. Before you reassemble the sculptures, you might need to look elsewhere to identify a missing layer for each one. That so much makes it sound like I have to get something somewhere else. 27 is 9 times 3. So I was thinking like, I don't know, maybe 3 of these squares, but then why would we have a 4th one, you know? These are all 3-letter words. There's also like the 4 pedestals down here. I feel like these two might be connected, but I'm not 100% sure at the moment. I think these are related. So I misread this the first time. I read it as sculptures of 4. So I thought each row here was, you know, like 4 sides of a cube. Well, a square, I guess. But now that I'm reading it, it's 4 sculptures. So I now think, and because of how this highlights, I think each column might be something. Before you reassemble the sculptures, you might need to look elsewhere to identify a missing layer. So I'm thinking these are a missing layer of the sculpture that I then have to build up. So maybe yeah. I think I know what we're doing. I think I have an idea. I feel like we're going to be making more of these. With 3 3-letter words that read across and 3 that read down. I feel like each column is alphabetized. I'm gonna start working on this. I feel like we're onto something here. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna start with column 2 because it has the most things. Or I think the fewest missing things. I was thinking these would be alphabetical. Let's see. And more. 2. Probably not. Source of fleece is probably a U, right? Get on one's nerve is probably irk. Like, putting these question marks in these specific places makes me think that this column is ordered some way. I don't know what that order is yet. Barbie doll's mate is Ken. Okay, so maybe all of the columns are ordered alphabetically, because this just seems to go from D to K. So is everything over here from like A to C? Just see what's going on over here. In days gone by is probably a go. Come to the rescue is aid. Styled after is Allah. So yeah, it looks like these columns are just completely alphabetized, which is scary and interesting. And the sheltered side is Lee, right? So Tiny's Wee, Court is Woo, and Wow is Astonish. Good finds. What else are we missing? Art today? R. Ah. Art is the old way of saying R. Any other ones? Constellation. Missing a constellation. Leo. It's gotta be Leo. Let's see if we can fit these words in here. We have 24 of the missing words here. How many missing words do we have? It looks like we're missing 60 words. 24 from sandwich. And that leaves 36, which could be maybe 9 from each cube. Maybe all of them going in one direction through the cube, like down. So I wonder if we need to make layers out of these words that we're given. We could feasibly... That would mean we have enough to make 2 more layers from all these words. And then we just got to figure out how to stack the layers to make words running down. So first let me put in our missing sandwich words here. Yeah, that's 24 sandwich words. So we have 36 missing words still. Let's try making more layers. I was looking at our W's here, and I was thinking we have 4 W's. I think there's only 4 W's. Oh, there's also U and all. But either way, wow. Wow, there are a couple places wow could go. But let's say we put wow here, and then we have, what, like woo and wee going down. Do we have one that, like, starts and ends with an E and O? We have ode. I think that's... Oh, we also have 1. But the thing is, we need 2 of them. So maybe this isn't right. Wow could also go in the middle. And then we could have all, AWL, and EWE running down the columns. So do we have any of these words? Row? What about our R's? We don't have any R words except for possibly Rin. All right, so that doesn't look like an option. So maybe I did something wrong, but it doesn't look like I can make any layers with the words that I currently have. So my hope of maybe the words that we have making the new layers doesn't seem to be working out very well. Let's assume, for just another, assumption, that these are the bases of our towers on the left. There's a lot of options for this. That's why I was so hoping that the words we found were just going to make easy layers, because I feel like there's a lot of options otherwise. So if I wrote like fat running down here, so that means this bee and tablespoon either comes from bra. Either those bees are connected or we're missing a lot of other bee words. But it doesn't matter because we're missing so many. We don't have to have an R in the middle of a word somewhere. It seems really hard with so much missing. I agree. That's why I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like there's some restraint or restriction on the words that we found by clues. I feel like there's some restraint or restriction that I'm not seeing. Alright, Samaj, go ahead with your light hint. The original puzzle page has at least one thing that can help you here. 4 cubic sculptures have been dismantled and their pieces scattered. Luckily, some clues of varying lengths were recovered that describe portions of the sculptures. Before you reassemble the sculptures, you might need to look elsewhere to identify a missing layer for each one. I think View Solution can help you here. You're right, how did I miss that? I assume Zamaj must be talking about these pedestals, because we've used everything. I mean, we've mostly used all the flavor text. There's something you noticed stuck out in the flavor text. Try combining that with the pedestals. Oh, My goodness. Oh, that is brilliant. Okay, good clues, Amaj. You're right, that did stick out in the flavor text. Oh man, that's good. I mentioned this of varying lengths. Stood out. And yeah, we have our pedestals 1, 2, 3, and 4. The clues are varying lengths. All of the clues that are one word are going to belong to the one pedestal. All of the clues that are two words are going to belong to the two pedestal. That's absolutely brilliant. I am so angry that I didn't get it myself. Thank you for the hint, Samaj. I think I needed it. I'd been stuck for a while. But I knew there had to be another way to assemble these, but I didn't think about using the clues. So let me gather my one words. We don't know which of these cubes these go with yet, but hopefully we can start putting these one words together into something. I notice we have all our W's here. We already have one Y in pay try. Yes. Ah, yes, okay, for yes. If all went here, maybe? Tried woo and ode. So like lid, imps, ops. I think we want two. I think I'm gonna do wow here. And we here. And we want two here for ops and Leo. And we have lid, imp, DOS. Oh no, emo's right here. We have emo. Ah, so it avoided the middle letter. Interesting. So what other words did we make? Po. So we missed po. So we had the downward in this corner and the downward in this corner, but we were missing all seven other downwards because we don't have the one going through the middle either. There's also, okay, yeah, the missing one going through is E something M. We're missing O something D and O something E. Those are all the words going through the middle letters. Old, ole, and elm would work to complete it. You are correct. So I'm going to put an L there. Let's color that green. All right, on to layer 2, huh? I'm going to guess that the structure is similar to what we did last cube. So can I get an entire, like, bottom layer like I did before? All right, so what if I tried something like Meg? This would have to be Mao. So this is a T, which means this is get. This is R. And then we don't have this word. This would be oct, irk. So 8, okay, that looks good. So, what do we got running down? If I switch that along the diagonal, that still uses the same 6 words. Then I can spell gap, assuming this is the top layer now, and running down. And do my other words fit around here? Asp, P, and Allah, and R. Okay. So yeah, same structure, just I think we had the bottom layer given instead of the top layer. Looks like an I for lie, sir, and tip. Cube 3. So there's a layer. It has elk, I, 10, eat, lie, and can in it. So going around this cube, we have ill, ire, you, and lee. Koi, row, and low. All right, forward cube, let's finish it up. So in that bottom letter, we used FB, or in that top level, we used FBI, air, yak, fey, bra, and So what do we got for this one? It's an N. RNA, in, and GNU. So lion is our answer. Let's go to resident services and try out our answer. This puzzle started at the DIY workbench with our recipe sandwich puzzle and ended at the museum. DIY workbench, museum, lion, solve. We did it. And that means, you all know what that means. That's our third task, which means something's a-changin'. All right, let's check what happens when we've completed our third task. We have our simulate unlock state bar down here. I'm gonna toggle the next layer. Okay, we are in space. We have a new emergency meeting. I think you'll need to identify more suspects before we can hold our final meeting. I mean, right? Check resident services as well. Body found, Isabel. We're obviously going to look at this in much more detail later. Wow. Okay. This was a true delight. This is hilarious. Oh, I want to keep going so bad. Oh, there's even a report button down here. My microphone's right in front of it. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Thank you to everybody in chat for participating. Have a great day, everyone, and as always, happy escaping.